Look at me. All put together, shaved. Like I'm pretty. Oh, mercy. We're sitting here in Pendleton right now. Lay down. Lay down. You're fine, lay down. We're sitting here in Pendleton right now. And we are about to leave. I actually got up. The alarm went off about 7:30. It's almost 10. Just because my mother called. Her birthday was Monday. So we were having a big, long conversation about a lot of stuff. It's been going on between the both of us. And everything. And then I took the time to shave. Took the time to do my hair up. Put the pomade in. You know, look at this. Yeah. Anyway. Kind of clean up a little bit for the day. And so I'm looking nice and everything. It's smelling good. I got that dry cologne on, or whatever, that I bought the other day. So I smell good. I'm kind of liking it. I'm liking doing this or whatever. The other thing is, I got up, did the pre-trip, and I've been letting the truck warm up. So we're about to climb Cabbage. We're in Pendleton. Cabbage is 3 miles that way. And I said it yesterday, or the day before, I was talking about letting your truck warm up, before you go anywhere. Especially when it's cold. Truck shut off last night. It wasn't too cold, but you really need, I want to kind of emphasize on it again real quick before we leave for the day. And that is that you really have to put some heat in the engine when you let it sit overnight. It's, there are times when you can absolutely get up on the road and just take off or whatever, but when you let the engine sit overnight, there's a heat stress that happens, and they knew about it during the days of steam locomotives. There was one of the locomotives that came out. It was the Lima. I think it was the Lima locomotives. If you follow steam locomotives, the 765, the Pierre Marquette 1225. There's another one, but those are the two that run right now. And they were supposed to be in locomotives that you could, large locomotives that you could fire inside 2 hours, which means from a dead cold to full pressure in 2 hours. The problem is that there's a constant expansion and contraction with objects like engine blocks and steam locomotives and things like that. And so what you want is you want to kind of reduce the amount of stress that you are placing on a motor or a steam locomotive. And so, yes, you can fire this large steam locomotive in 2 hours, and that's great and everything, but that puts a lot of stress on the metal that makes up the boiler, and you get metal fatigue. And the same thing goes with engine blocks and everything. So if you shut the truck off overnight, the better thing to do is to get up, start the truck, and let it build temperature slowly. Okay? So the truck's been on probably 30 minutes at this point. We're sitting at 175 degrees on the engine, or on the coolant, okay? And that means that the engine block is a time to kind of expand slowly, because when you expand quickly is when you actually start having a lot of problems. So, that being the case, I think we're probably ready to go. We're down to about, engine oil still warming up, so we're down to about, what is that? See, that's 25. We're down to about 37 psi on the oil pressure. With 175, just about 170 degrees on the temperature. So, if the temperature was 200, the oil would be down closer to about 15, 20 psi, which is about where it should be. I was really worried about it a couple weeks ago. I had to look it all up, so that's why I've got all this information. But anyway. You want to let your engine, just think about that. You want to let your engine, warm up in the morning, even on your car. Like, metal fatigue, you want it to go a long distance, and car engines are way better than they used to be. A car at 100,000 miles in 1970 was a lot of miles, and it was going to be an unreliable vehicle at that point. Cars nowadays go 200,000-300,000 miles without even blinking, and you can probably push the mileage by, making sure that you warm the car up properly in the morning. And let it cool off at night. So we've talked about warming the truck up. The other thing is to let an engine cool in the evening on its own. Again, you want that constant change in temperature, not a quick change in temperature. So when you pull in for the evening, you want to park, let the engine idle 15, 20, 30 minutes, just depends on what you feel like is okay. Sit in the seat, decompress for the day, watch TikTok, that's what I do. Surf Facebook, surf Instagram, whatever it is. And then slowly let that temperature kind of come down. So usually it gets down, my truck sits and idles at about 175 degrees, depending on the temperature outside. But slowly let that temperature come down. And then when you get to a point that you feel like you can, I've heard recommendations about 15 minutes. When you can't, let the turbo cool, let everything else cool, but get it down to a temperature and then shut it off for the night if that's what you're going to do. So that's a part of the APU. The reason it was designed the way it was it was designed to kind of reduce that metal fatigue and make engines last longer. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Anyway, I promised my mom I was going to call her back. I'm probably going to wait. We're going to go up Cabbage first, and then and then get up on top of there. And I'm not going to have any phone service up there, so I'll probably have to wait a little while before I call her back. But anyway, let's keep going. I'm ready. You ready? All right, she says she's ready. should say good morning because it's 1:15 in the morning. Oh, man. I'm tired. I look like one of those old guys. It's like trying to recapture his youth. You know, my hair all slicked back and everything. Like, hello, ladies. How are you this evening? Obviously, I'm still hip and young and cool and virile. All the ladies are like, hee hee, no, you're not. You're old now. Son of a gun. Anyway, where are we? We're in Nephi, Utah. So today started about 7:30 in the morning. My mother called. And I talked to my mother for about an hour and a half, kind of filling her in on what's been going on. And then after that, I got up, did the pre-trip. We left probably about 10 o'clock this morning. I shouldn't have left that late. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So I went ahead and made today a long day. We ran, I don't even know how many miles we ran today. Like, in all honesty. Let me look here. Form for today is 86 miles. And then if we go back to, no, that's not how we do that. Yesterday, which is Wednesday now, form for Wednesday is 557 miles. So we're like 630, 640 miles for the day. Instead of like the 480 miles I said I was going to run. So I had 200 miles extra. So tomorrow it's like, and the deal was, like, I had a choice. Like, I was in Tremonton. I could either go from Tremonton to, I wasn't far enough. Like, I had 1,024 miles left. It was 512 miles a day, which is doable. But I wanted it to be, like, lower than that. So, decided to keep running. I wanted to get past Salt Lake City while there wasn't any traffic. So, I pulled in Tremonton, spent 2 hours sitting in Tremonton, waited for the sleeper berth provision, and then started out. Again, about 9:30, and we drove down to the Sapp Brothers in Salt Lake City. I bought fuel, and then from there we drove down here to Nephi because I was going to have internet. If I'd have gone up on US 6, I wouldn't have had internet, so I would have had to load this video sometime tomorrow in the middle of the day, which is doable. I loaded 2 videos today, easy peasy, and then the next one. Or the one before this one, which I can't remember. It's like, I just had it pulled up too. Like, I was looking at it going like, did it load? Because it didn't load last night. The internet where I was in Pendleton sucked. So we were trying to, I was trying to get it loaded, and I just didn't want to load. So easy peasy went out today about 10 hours ago, which would have been, about 3 in the afternoon. So it was supposed to go out at 7 a.m. yesterday morning, but I deleted it because I wanted to fix something, and then I put it back up once that something was fixed. So, but it loaded today, so it went out pretty late. Tomorrow is take what you can get, which is supposed to go out at 6 a.m. now. It was 7 a.m. yesterday local time, so 6 a.m., 5 a.m. on Central Time, which is where I'm from. I never think about that when I go to upload it, but anyway, I digress. So we came down here to Nephi so I can make this video real quick, and then I'm gonna go back there and crash, and sleep in tomorrow, and get up tomorrow and only run 424 miles or 500 miles or whatever it is to get where I need to get to, because I'm gonna have 12 hours and 45 minutes for tomorrow, which is nice. I could probably cover 600 miles, and then the next day I'm going to have 5 hours and 49 minutes. I'm going to try to even it out. Probably do the 424 miles, 500 miles, somewhere in there, and then do the rest the next day. I'm just not entirely sure how well it's going to work. But we're going to try it. So anyway, that's pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I did add like a big long, I just added climbing cabbage to it. I was just like, you know what? Everybody wants to see me climb cabbage. Just felt like that was a thing, so I added that in there. And then this morning with the explanation about heating and cooling. So that's stuff that I find fascinating. So I will talk your ear off as far as that stuff is concerned. If I would suggest, like, if you're more interested in it, like, spend some time actually doing the research into try how to fire a steam locomotive, because I think that itself really explains it a lot better. And metal's metal. So metal in steam locomotives or metal in a engine block still will suffer from fatigue, which is what I'm probably suffering from, which is why I'm glad I'm pulled over. So just be aware of that. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to make the video. I'm going to go to bed. So it should be an easy video to make today. Real simple. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow. So thanks for coming today and being my co-pilot. The dog enjoyed snuggling with you today while you were in the truck. And I enjoyed having you along. So you guys know the drill. Keep shine set up. We'll see you down the road.